Welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about the fonts. So this is just the fonts from a basic perspective, from a single component perspective. We have a single component here, so that's where we're going to be working for this demo. But uh, later on, we're going to be covering fonts in greater detail as to how they can be used between components. But for now, let's start with the basics. Let's add a text block over here, and I'm gonna write WebDigital, and we're going to be styling this. So a lot of the times you're gonna have to do this, add like a little text block and then style it in a really big way. And most of the styling is done in the typography styles over here. So let's make it a little bit bigger, and let's make it centered. All right, so all right, this is good enough. So you can see we have a font field here that determines all the values that you can set. So these are by default you will see the safe fonts or web safe fonts here. So these are the standard fonts: the Arial, Comic Sans, Courier, Georgia, Impact. So all these are standard fonts that you will see everywhere. You don't need any downloads, anything like that. You can just use this on the web everywhere around the world. The system UI is a little bit of a exceptional case. It's almost standard, but not quite. Basically, everybody implements all the operating systems implement system UI in a different way, but most of the time it looks a whole lot better than the defaults. So that's why a lot of the designers use system UI. This is also available in WebDigital as well. So if you want more than that, we have this button over here, but it's really it's shown only when you have the font setting over here. So when you click on that, what it will do is it will open up the fonts tab under the component that you're working on. So wherever this element is, it's going to be opening up that component. And it's going to be saying add font. So when you're adding a font, you have two choices. References used, like I said, for multiple component scenario. We don't have to deal with that right now. So you can upload either Google font or custom font. So let's start with a Google font for now. There's a font called Oswald. That's the one that I'm going to be using because it's also a variant font. That can be useful in certain cases. So let's just set it to the Oswald that we just made available. And as you can see, it's a nice looking font already. So you can see all the Google fonts. When you click over here, there's a link to Google Fonts. So you can click on it, and you can see pretty much every font that Google has, and you can type something, and then you can see how that thing looks like. And then decide which font you want to use. One of the things is font variation here. Some fonts actually come with certain variants, so they may have additional dimensions, configuration points that you can configure. Oswald, for example, comes with weight. A lot of the fonts come with weight from Google. But yeah, I mean, so if they're not available, you can always use the standard weight field on the font. That is perfectly fine as well. All right. So what about custom fonts? So for custom fonts, let's add. There is a font that I found in Windows. The Windows font. Let me just open this up. So in Windows, it's C Windows fonts. You can open that folder up, and this is basically all the system fonts. When you click on them, it shows you what they look like, and then you can basically copy and paste this to any one of the font folders, anywhere really in your computer. And then once you have it, you can actually upload it here, and then you can select it. And then we're going to be hitting OK. And yeah, that's basically all you need to make it available in the system. And then once you click on an area where you can edit the font, we can now select it. As you can see, it's a nice looking font. And yeah, you can completely configure everything about it, make it bolder or underline, whatever. So yeah, you can do all that stuff. For Mac, there's something like that as well. I don't know the exact folder, but it's not too difficult to find the Mac system font files either. Or you can use a third-party font service like Adobe. All you need is really the TTF file, and then you can just upload it over here and to the custom, and yeah, and then you can use it in whatever wherever you want. All right, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching.